Hello, and welcome to my show, The Thriving Woman. I am your host, Carmel Austin. Hello, beautiful people. This is Carmel here, and this is another episode of The Thriving Woman. And I have again my beautiful friend Stephanie Miller with me. Stephanie and I, hi, Steph. Say hello to everyone, Steph.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day.
Stephanie and I have been on this journey together for nearly 12 months now, and we've had some wonderful things happen. And, I just want to honor Stephanie. I want to honor her for her commitment, her heart, her achievements, because The Artist Haven is her sixth book that she now has out. And I'm so proud of her being a young mum with three beautiful babies and just going after her dreams as a creative. If you haven't checked out Stephanie before, she's on Instagram, she's on Facebook, she has a writing group. She's just so active in the social media world, as well as all the wonderful things that she's doing. So, Stephanie, I just want to personally thank you for everything that you put into our book, The Artist Haven, your beautiful editing skills that you have given to each artist that you helped. And, folks, the reason why I've got Stephanie on again today is that Stephanie and I are going to be doing a course together. When we were doing our book, I had a couple of the artists ask, "Oh, how do you do this? How do you publish your own book?" And, we've been through the journey together now. We've been, journeying now all year and from last year. So we thought we'd put a course together, And so, Stephanie, would you like to share with my audience about our course and the excitement of that?
Yes, I would love to. So, yes, I'm back. And thank you so much, Carmel, for those words. It was an honor and a privilege to be with you and to have an opportunity to work with you on the Artist Haven and all of the co-authors that we worked with. And I'm so excited that there's been some kind of buzz of how does this work? How do we do this? What does it mean to go from here to here? And how do you make this really stand out? And by this, I mean the book, right? So the course, this masterclass, this big thing that you've been drumming up and we've been kind of brainstorming and dreaming, because we are the dream team. Yes, we have kind of called ourselves the dream team, as corny as it is. It's this idea of we want to be able to take you from book idea to book reality. So the name of the course is called Birth Your Book from Dream to Reality. So really this course is an opportunity to get step by step and look at each stage of the process from writing to editing to to publishing and to marketing. So just real quick, the writing component is going to talk about kind of the ins and the outs of writing a first draft, how to write a first draft, some mindset things related to writing your first draft. And it's going to kind of come into what I coach on in my personal coaching with writers is clarity, consistency, and confidence. So I'm going to kind of tackle that in the writing module. The next one then is that editing. And so editing kind of gets a bad rap, but as an editor as well, I love editing and I love to just tell so many people who are not familiar with the different types of editing and just give a brief overview of a developmental or structural editor, what they do versus a copy editor and a line editor, all the way up to a proofreader and even a beta reader and an alpha reader. I know I'm speaking a different language right now, but I promise you in this part of the course, it will all make sense. So just that overview of each stage of the editing process. And the next module then is after we move from writing to editing, we move into publishing. So this is kind of the ins and the outs of getting your book out there, getting it live, all the things you need to consider. So this is your formatting, this is your ISBN, this is your cover, this is your cover copy, this is your keywords, your categories. These are all of the things. And then that next component then is I have this book in my hand. I could see it online. Now what? That is the giving up and gearing up for that excitement of telling everyone else about your book, sharing on social media. This is the marketing piece. So this is the idea of I have a book, I have this idea, I have this message I'm sharing with the world. And now we're going to walk you through the strategies and the techniques to help you get that book out there. Two, if goal making a Amazon International or an Amazon bestseller list is one of your goals, absolutely. We have some strategies that we worked with on the Artist Haven to make that a reality for us. And also just getting your book in the hands of the right people and increasing that visibility, which will increase your sales, which will increase your platform and just exponentially make kingdom impact. We absolutely will share those strategies too. And all of that to say, as you can tell, kind of makes me excited. All of that to say that we learned a lot in our Artist Haven adventure. And so we absolutely want to share with you kind of the behind the scenes look of each stage of the process. And we also want to just be really transparent and share what to avoid and what we learned from our mistakes. And of course, mistakes is kind of a harsh word, but our opportunities for growth, right? Each of these setbacks that we've had have kind of translated into an opportunity to learn and grow. And Carmel and I, we tuck it away in our head. We say, okay, next time for the next book, we're going to make note of that. So we also want to share those strategies with you. And that doesn't feel like a really concise, succinct overview, but that is the overview of the course, jam-packed with all of that content, as well as Q&A sessions with Carmel and myself, teachings, live weekly teachings, meeting over each of the modules with a great, expansive resource workbook. We're getting it all, and we're giving it all to you because we really want to help make your book and birth it from dream to reality.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. And that's true, folks. That's our heart. And we're offering it at a really good price as well. This is more than half price. And we want you to be able to move into that place where you feel confident. Now, we're not saying that you can do all the editing because, hey, we've got a perfect editor right here. And, if you want a book coach as well to guide you through it all, I can help you through that too. But this is just to give you a really good overview about where you're going and the next steps so that when you do want to do all your publishing, you can come to the Dream Team and we'll definitely help you, in that next stage, get your books published and out there. But we just want to give people insight because, all of my authors in the Artist Haven, they were asking, how do you do this? I don't know how to do it. So this is how this course has been birthed. Birth your book, from dream to reality. And thank you so much, Stephanie. I love her enthusiasm. I love her heart in that, and all the things with it. And, folks, today, I want to share with you as well that, with our book, we have a sequel. And, I had a lot of people who were, I interviewed when I was doing the Artist Haven, and we felt that they probably fitted into the book Moving from Brokenness to Freedom. But, not just that, that's sort of our subtitle now. We've come up with this amazing title, Courageous Voices Unlocked. And, we want your stories to shine. We were so thrilled that, we got everyone to that place of international best-selling authors. The book went #1 in 4 categories. And Stephanie worked hard on that, and we all worked together as a team. And, I'm so blessed. I've got raving reviews from so many of our clients who have just loved the journey, who have seen the dream come to pass. And we want to still be there to support each one of you, as well as all the new ones who have been waiting in the curtains or those that we haven't even touched yet. So today, this was the reason why, we really wanted to come on the Thriving Woman show and share about, you know, Stephanie's thriving. She's thriving in her gifts. She's thriving in her abilities that God has given her, you know, and I just feel so blessed because her and I, you know, partnering up together and bringing our talents and our gifts and all the brainstorming that we do. And, you know, Stephanie is such a faithful, caring woman. And I just love her to bits, even though she's on the other side of the world. I love watching her children grow. I love seeing her business grow. I love seeing her blossom into that place. So now Stephanie's going to be doing the editing with our new book, Courageous Voices Unlocked. So, you know, I know that we have so many of our authors from the Artist Haven who just raved about the things that Stephanie did with them with that. So, you know, it's just so lovely that, you know, as I had a dream and it's been birthed. And then now I have a beautiful team that I'm working with. And you know what I'm like, Stephanie. I come up with all the ideas and all the things, and then we see what's going to work, and I have to think about them and process them. And then, you know, we come back and we go, I think this may work. So here we are inviting you all to join our masterclass. There'll be 4 personal classes that you'll be invited to. And there's emails going out. There'll be social media posts as well. There'll be lots of opportunity. It will be recorded. So, you know, if you don't join us live, you can join us later and still be doing the course. And we will be available to, you know, through email that you can ask some questions about your own book if you join the course later. But, you know, I'm so thrilled that, you know, here we are. It was last year this time myself that I was planning the Artist Haven. And here I am. We've already got the process of our course, as well as our new book coming up. So I'm just thrilled, folks, that I could come on and share all this with you, all the wonderful things that are happening in Carmel's Garden and with Stephanie and what she does as well. The beginning of the year, Stephanie and I did a workshop. And then through the process of the Artist Haven book, we produced a workbook. So, you know, folks, we have a workbook that if you join our course, the masterclass, you get that for free. And, you know, it sort of some of the things in there are some of the things I talk about in the Artist Haven. Stephanie in there talks about, you know, what she did as well and the different things that she presents. But it's a beautiful book and it's, you know, really well presented, and you get that as your gift coming into the course. So we have lots of things for you, and we love that you have been following us and supporting us. I thank you to all of our supporters and all the things that, you know, we've got coming up. So again, I invite you to come and join our class. We'll be starting probably late September, Birth Your Book. And, you know, we're already talking about our new book, Courageous Voices Unlocked. So, you know, I'm available. We're going to do a Zoom meeting as well to share some more. We'll have some links for you and all the wonderful things that go with that. So thank you again, Stephanie. You just are such a blessing to my life. You come with so much enthusiasm. You bless me with working through all the back details with me. Seeing the dreams that God puts in my heart come to life. And I believe too that, you know, this is the platform that God wants you on as well, Stephanie. And how blessed are we? This is the first time Stephanie's become an international best-selling author. And I'm so proud of her, number one, you know, and I know she's got books happening, more personal books happening. So, you know, folks, Stephanie's here for you. She's here to support you. And I just love that, you know, this is all being birthed out of the dreams that we've had. So, Stephanie, do you want to just share a little bit more with my audience about what it's been like for you in this process and all the things that, you know, we can offer to people just as, you know, encouragement to them?
Yeah, Absolutely. So I think the main thing is, I think, Carmel, you are kind of an example of what it looks like to say yes to God and say yes to God like fully and wholeheartedly. Because once you say yes, I attended a speaking and writing conference earlier this year, and she has a book and a concept that's like, put your yes on the table. And so putting your yes on the table means like, I'm all in, God, whatever you want to do, however you want to do things, like I'm all in, here I am. And so just hearing you talk about, like you said last year, like the artist haven was just this idea in your mind. And now look where we are at this point. It's amazing what happens when we put our yes on the table. And so I think to kind of piggyback off of that, to look at working with us, like we offer that support, encouragement, that accountability, that experience, that knowledge, that expertise, that guidance. I mean, we can both hold your hand, and we can also like put our arm around your shoulder, right? So there's two different kind of dynamics between hand holding and putting your arm around your shoulder, and whichever you feel comfortable with to be shepherd and pastored in the journey is what we can provide, as creative coaches, as writing coaches, as life coaches. So kind of all of that culmination. We each kind of come to the table. I think we are the dream team for reasons, because we each kind of have strengths that are balancing each other out. Carmel's strengths are definitely idea and vision, and I tend to lean more a little bit into the practicality. So how can we step this out step by step, one by one? And so that's just a quick example of how we balance each other out. The great thing is when you are a writer, when you are a creative, when you are just on that sort of journey, you need both, right? Like you need this big idea, this big visionary aspect, but you also need this practical nuts and bolts, get down to it step by step. You can do it. Yes, I know that rhymed. That was not intentional. But like that whole guidance in every step of the way to know what you're doing. And so working with Carmel and myself, you have both. You have that big dream go getter, and you have that practical part. So it's just a wonderful opportunity, especially in the new book that we have coming out. I just want to throw a little aside that that is your opportunity to put your yes on the table. That is your opportunity to unlock your courageous voice. If you have thought you have a story worth sharing, if you really, really, really don't feel like you want to share your story, but you know you need to share your story, or if you have friends around you, family around you that have said, no, you really need to share the story. You really need to tell someone this, how you moved from brokenness to freedom. So just want to encourage people who are considering maybe joining this book and they're not sure about the writing process. They're not sure about the spiritual growth process that happens when we decide to put our yes on the table and write a book, or be a part of a book. But I just want to encourage you that the transformation from where you are at the beginning of the process to the end of the process is worth it all. And to have Carmel and myself who have gone through that transformation. And so we can remind you and we can encourage you and we can tell you, I know you feel this way. We have felt this way. You are not crazy for thinking this. Keep going. That little nugget right there can be invaluable, and for you being able to experience your own transformation.
Oh, yes, Stephanie. Yes. Stephanie's been my greatest cheerleader, always checking in on me, telling me it's okay. You'll be fine. You'll get over this. She's had her arm around me. I said, in earlier things that we've done, she's been my right arm, and listening to her, she just brings so much to the table. She brings her yes and amen to the table with everything that she does. And I love, that she's teaching her children, if you haven't got our book, The Artist Haven, Stephanie's story in there is so beautiful about her journey as a girl and how she's grown, and now she's a mum, and she wants to encourage all those young mums, so in our books they're very unique. The Artist Haven, it links chapter to chapter, and that was Stephanie's idea, and she would ask me questions and help me through that process. And that's what she's going to be there with you when you're writing with her, with your journey. And yes, I am the visionary. I'm the one who has all the big dreams, and then I've got, Stephanie, who comes beside me and asks the questions and helps me nut it all out and helps the process. So, it's true. We are the dream team, and how blessed am I to have her. I remember when I first put my small video out, Stephanie was the first one to interview with me. And, I just took that step of faith. I took my yes and put it on the table, and it was the best decision I ever made to work with Stephanie. And, if you want other projects that you're working with, I know she's doing so much in her own business as well. Connect with her, folks, because she's brilliant. She's just there. She just puts her heart and her soul into everything. So, I just am so thrilled. This is probably the third time her and I have done a Thriving Woman show together. But it's such a privilege because, I can get on here and talk. But it's so much better when we come on as partners, when we come on as the dream team and share our dreams, what we're asking, what we're sharing with you. So I'm going to wrap it up today, folks, because, this is why we popped on today. We just wanted to say welcome, connect with me. I do all the chatting with people. I do all the connecting. Stephanie's busy doing her family. We both have separate roles, but we integrate together. So once again, thank you all for joining the Thriving Woman, and I'll see you in another episode. God bless for now.